In this lesson, we're going to dig into the different campaign types. We'll discuss how each ad type functions, where they're placed, how to properly utilize them, and how to segment budgets across them to help your advertising efforts make an impact on your total Amazon revenue as efficiently as possible. With Amazon ads, you have three main campaign types. Those three campaign types are as follows. You have sponsored products, sponsored brands, and sponsored display. Those are the three main ad types available to you within Amazon ads. Now, there's two others that kind of fall within these two ad types. There's three main campaign types, but there are formats within those campaign types that are different. So within sponsored brands, we have two different ones. We have the standard headline ad, and then we have sponsored brand video ads. Now, video ads are available to you in sponsored brands or display. I think it's most prevalent that people term sponsored brand video SBV. It's less common that I see anybody labeling any of their campaigns SDV. They may label it as SD-video or something like that to delineate between different display targeting types, which we'll get into later in this lesson. But just for now, it's important to understand that there are those three campaign types, and then within each of those, you have some video variations that you can leverage. Each of these different ad types has its own targeting options, settings, and capabilities that make each one uniquely useful. In this module, we're going to give you all the tools that you need to know when to leverage the different campaign types, when to avoid them, and all the other important things you need to know about each ad type. To start off, let's review sponsored products. Sponsored product ads are the bread and butter of Amazon advertising. They usually offer the most likely to convert traffic, the cheapest traffic, and the largest variety of placements. Given that, sponsored products should be representing a substantial portion of your budget. In our experience, and in most cases, between 75 and 80% of your total spend should be going towards sponsored product ad type. As far as placements go, sponsored products can be found all across Amazon search results for specific queries and across the product detail pages that customers are browsing. They're the most discreet and seamless, for the most part, appearing like any other organic product listing on a search page. To any non-marketing layperson, they rarely ever even notice these ads at all. Trust me, I literally ask everyone I meet. Sponsored products offer some of the most valuable inventory, specifically at the top of search on search result pages. These ads offer the major benefit of being able to take your products and have them show up on any given relevant search result, as if it was just any other listing. In this way, you're able to quickly have your product appear on highly relevant, competitive search results, generate traffic to the detail page, and ultimately grow your sales. For that reason, sponsored products are the go-to campaign type for advertisers looking to increase their organic ranking on particular keywords. Typically, trying to grow rank looks like building out a single product, single keyword campaign to support a product's visibility in a search result, so that it will ultimately produce higher sales velocity and grow the organic rank. When it comes to sponsored products, you also need to know the different targeting options that are available to you. Within sponsored products, you have two main targeting options: automatic and manual. Automatic is where Amazon's algorithm will dictate where to place your ads. These are typically used as research campaigns and utilized to discover where products convert. Then you have manual, where you actually choose where you want to place your ads using two different targeting types. You have keyword targeting, where you target individual search terms. Then you have product targeting, where you target individual product detail pages. We'll dive into each of those targeting types further in another module, but for now, it's just important to understand that you can run auto campaigns and manual campaigns for sponsored products, and you can target both keywords or ASINs. Now let's go over sponsored brands. Although sponsored products should make up a larger portion of your budget, sponsored brands give you creative capabilities and placements that sponsored products just can't. They help convey a brand's image, values, and character through the creative capabilities and customizable features. Sponsored brands can represent a sort of awareness role in your Amazon advertising efforts, but they are also effective at driving sales and measuring your new customer acquisition efforts, specifically if you have a strong brand storefront. Given all that, sponsored brands need to represent about 10% of your account's total budget if they're looking to drive traffic to a storefront. Sponsored brands play a vital role in any Amazon marketing strategy. Some of the features of sponsored brand ads include allowing you to own a large placement on a search result page. They allow you to utilize creative assets to engage shoppers. You can showcase up to 3 products or a specific store page in the ad. You can drive traffic to your brand storefront. It's actually the only paid way to generate traffic to your storefront. You can attach a headline or creative to your ad. And then sponsored brands also give you access to new-to-brand metrics, which are particularly helpful as you're trying to branch out and deploy more prospecting efforts, which we'll talk about later. Sponsored brands are exceptional for sellers and vendors that have a strong brand presence and ideally some pre-established familiarity with consumers in their niche outside of Amazon. For newer, less familiar brands, brand stores need to be really well done and persuasive in order for this ad type to be as effective as it's capable of being. If the client doesn't have a storefront, then it's possible that you could use custom landing pages instead. But after split testing this dozens of times, we have found that custom designed branded storefronts tend to convert better than Amazon's custom landing pages. But always test that for yourself if you want to be sure for your specific account. Never drive traffic to a poorly designed storefront. If the client is adamant about pushing sponsored brands, but they lack a quality storefront, encourage them to consider testing custom landing pages instead, just to see if you can drive better performance there. Sponsored brand CPCs are far too premium to waste on brand store visits that will likely bounce or not convert due to poor content and brand appeal. Sponsored brand placements are highly valuable as they allow you to place a full banner across the top of a search result page with an image, headline, and a showcase of 3 products or 3 store pages. These ads tend to be more engaging than sponsored products. And for customers who are more interested in browsing and shopping, these are a key ad type to click to explore more products from a brand. Sponsored brands tend to have higher click-through rates than other ad types as a result. I see sponsored brand ads all over Amazon that lack a custom image or quality headline. These are absolutely vital components for using sponsored brands that should never be overlooked. Always use a custom image. Always ensure you have 3 in-stock products in the ad, and always make sure you have a good headline. Sponsored brands are best utilized at the top of search result pages, and placement modifications should be adapted to prioritize those placements. We'll discuss that in a future module as well. The sponsored brand ad type, however, is not limited to this one fixed banner format, like I mentioned before. In the last few years, Amazon rolled out the addition of sponsored brand video ads, which technically fall under the umbrella of sponsored brands, but essentially operate and function like a completely different ad type. Sponsored brand videos are a type of ad format that allows you to showcase the brand and a product through a short video. Sponsored brand videos can appear a few different places on Amazon, primarily throughout search result pages or on product detail pages. The placements of these ads can vary from top of search, which is relatively new, to rest of search or even bottom of search. Sponsored brand video ads are highly valuable in that they provide a large amount of page real estate. This ad format can take up to like 30% of the page desktop. Sponsored brand video ads are highly valuable in that they provide a large amount of page real estate. This ad format can take up to 30% of the page on desktop. This ad type is particularly helpful at driving brand awareness and consideration by allowing you to show off your product, show your brand story, and convey all the unique selling benefits of your product in a compelling way. This ad type, in my opinion, is particularly underutilized by brands. With how expensive the clicks can get, I would hope to see much more quality, thoughtful advertising being done on the platform for this ad type. Instead, I just see a bunch of poorly done videos with no attention-grabbing characteristics and qualities. And those are the videos that work the best. Not just on Amazon either. Because of that, sponsored brand video ads play an important role in creating a strong brand presence on Amazon. By using video content as opposed to a static image in a sponsored brand ad or a sponsored product ad, advertisers can engage customers through a more immersive lens, highlighting the products in more meaningful ways and building emotional connections that can actually drive conversions. Sponsored brand videos equip brands with the ability to differentiate from competitors and increase the likelihood of customers choosing your products over others, and give them the flexibility to slap a big video ad right at the top of search for any search term. There are several benefits to using sponsored brands and sponsored brand videos on Amazon. These include increased visibility. Video ads help your brand stand out in a crowded marketplace and increase the overall visibility of your products by adding an additional ad placement within a search result page. Number 2, they provide high engagement. Video content is much more engaging and memorable than static images or text, which can lead to higher click-through rates and conversions. Sponsored brand videos also allow for stronger branding. By showcasing your brand story and values, You can build stronger relationships with customers and increase your brand loyalty. And finally, focused targeting. Sponsor brand video ads allow for precise targeting based on keywords, which can help you reach the intended target audiences looking for the products that you're selling. As far as budget allocation goes, sponsored brands and sponsor brand video tend to play a more minor role, and sponsor brands specifically should make up around 2 to 5% of your total media spend for most accounts. Now finally, let's dive into sponsored display. This is not to be confused with the DSP, Amazon's demand-side platform. That is a different platform altogether, and we're not going to talk about that in this lesson. We're talking about the sponsored display ad type in the Amazon Search Console. This ad type is unique in comparison to other ad types, primarily because of the targeting capabilities that it offers. These targeting capabilities are a primary reason why you should look to deploy sponsored brands to some level. They should make up a portion or an allocation of your account to some degree. Sponsored display gives you the access to two specific targeting types. You have contextual and you have audience targeting. Within contextual targeting, you can target whole product categories. You can target subcategories or even individual products, similarly to sponsored products. Within audience targeting, you can reach people based on their lifestyle, browsing habits, income, life events, interests, and all kinds of other things. You can target people who have been shopping for a specific competing brand, or only target products that have worse reviews than you or a higher price point than you, where you know you're competitive. You can get super specific with this ad type. Sponsored display allows you to target people who have purchased from your brand, or maybe have purchased from a competing brand in the past, or you can target customers who have simply just viewed their product detail pages or your own. You can also look at different look-back windows. Look-back window could be 7 days, 14 days, 30 days. It goes all the way up to 365 days for some targeting methods. This just indicates how big of an audience you're trying to go after and how far back the audience is looking. By having access to look-back windows, you can experiment with retargeting campaigns and try to re-engage past product purchasers to elicit a repeat purchase or drive a new-to-brand customer. All of these targeting capabilities within sponsored display can be extremely powerful in helping you attract new customers, retarget past product purchasers or page viewers, and tap into a customer base that maybe you failed to reach so far. This ad type also extends beyond just Amazon, allowing you the ability to reach customers on other sites and apps. This opens up the total audience pool and placement pool size, which can come with the downside of lower conversion rates. Because let's face it, how many times have you been reading a blog and clicked the display ad to go to Amazon and buy something? Probably not that often. So just keep that in mind. With the ability to optimize your campaign towards different objectives, you can tailor your sponsored display ads to focus on reaching more people and getting more impressions, driving more traffic, or just focusing on producing conversions. You can leverage both static and dynamic ad formats, similarly to sponsored brands, where you can choose either custom creative or a video asset for sponsored display format, which is pretty cool. Sponsored display ads represent a convergence of reach, flexibility, and surgical precision. They empower advertisers to broaden their audience spectrum, tailor campaigns according to nuanced behaviors, and drive conversions efficiently. Even with all of that, there are some limitations to be aware of with sponsored display. The biggest of those limitations is that sponsored display does not give you the advanced negating capabilities to help you exclude certain elements and segments of your audience into different buckets. For example, you can't tell the ad to focus on people who viewed your product detail page in the last 30 days, but to only show it to people who haven't purchased from the brand before. This would be an example of a prospecting ad that is geared towards driving incremental sales by reaching untapped audiences. You would not be able to have this level of control with sponsored display. You may still be able to reach that customer, but you won't be sure how much of your spend is dedicated to that audience specifically. You would need to leverage the Amazon DSP for that level of audience capability. Even with all this to be said about sponsored display ads should probably represent a much smaller portion of your budget, somewhere between 5 and 10% of your total spend. You'd mainly want to start tapping into sponsored display if you already have a really strong foundation of sponsored products and sponsored brands, and you're just looking for more creative ways to reach some new audiences. Sponsored display empowers advertisers to broaden their audience spectrum. tailor campaigns according to nuanced behaviors, and drive conversions efficiently. They also have their trade-offs, like every other ad type. In our upcoming sessions, we'll further dissect the mechanics of crafting and optimizing the perfect blend of campaign types. Until then, complete this lesson, and I'll see you on the next one.